people, it says 18. Look at Amy's dashboard. Lady, so I am doing work.
Thankyou learning at this stage, we're working with IT, is quite an important part of how we teach and what we use to teach, and the way we get the students to engage with their learning, to collaborate, to broaden their horizons and how they can approach their learning. I think that the use of e-learning has to be integrated across the curriculum and utilised as much as possible. We at RARA here, we're working towards systems where the students are continually accessing ways of using IT, computers, cameras, iPads, phones, whatever, to support their learning or to add value to what they are doing. And we're slowly working towards that. I think we've got the platforms that we're using providing those students opportunities to either work collaboratively or get that global audience or source information, present information, as well as celebrate their learning. I think trusting students is all part of what you're teaching them. When students are working in this classroom, they will be on task and they will be operating within the tasks that are set by the teacher. And there is an element of trust, yes, but as well as more importantly an opportunity, those elements of learning and effective learning and effective, so that idea of global citizenships where they know how to operate on the computers and you're continually supporting the do's and don'ts, so to speak, and the guidelines. I think the ability to cater for diverse learners is quite masterful of the IT. The way we can work collaboratively now and use IT to work collaboratively is we've got the technology to do it, so that all learners can have access to information, but they can all have access to support. Gone are the days where one child struggles away on a piece of work, on a piece of paper, and those days gone. You can have a document where they can continually get support, or they can be working on it collaboratively, building self-esteem and building that end product. And the ways you can celebrate a whole wide range of students is capable now with the blogs, the Google Docs, sharing of stuff, with the celebration of stuff. Yeah.
And how do you use the Google Docs at RARA?
Okay, so you've got the Google Docs, the Google Docs, the child creates a Google Doc for their work, or a teacher can send out the Google Docs to a different reading group, different literacy groups and so forth, and then that Google Doc has got a whole heap of opportunities, it can be shared with other students, it can be shared with the teacher can give continual dialogue, the students can send it home to parents if they want to get some support on it, they can send it. So the doc itself has that wide parameters of where it goes and who supports it. Try to.
Yeah.
We always have to keep in mind that the setting up of the task is so important. Once you like they say with e-learning, the just tools is how you use them to support the learning first, and however you can make it easier, or you can create this collaborative environment, or you can encourage innovation, that's when the IT comes in. But it's the setting of the task and the teacher constructing the program that is important first, and then how you use the tools is integrated throughout every curriculum, if possible.
Yeah.
Well, the first point of the blog is like that partnership with home. You know, it's about developing a partnership with home, so that they get a snapshot of what's going on. You're also making a lot of the things that they're doing in class purposeful, so this is not just isolated to the classroom. It can be broadcast, and it can be the rest of the kids around the school can be brought into that that learning environment. It can be shared and discussed, but then you can start using it as a platform for presenting your writing, giving them an audience, if not like a community audience, you've got also a sort of a possibility of a global audience. We'll go back to like a purpose, like a child will create a Google Doc, okay, with a defined task. It might be a task around character scriptings. They'll use something, using the iPad, using the T with Multi, using whatever you've done to like as a classroom program, so a literacy program. They create the program. They'll get continual feedback on that, whether it's from myself, the students, their parents, and all sorts. Then they will take that and they'll get all the feedback. They'll make the adjustments. They'll change. At some point, they'll go onto the blog, and they'll give it that. Okay, now here it is. It's published work now. And they will continue to give feedback on that document using the blog. So they're feedbacking on not only as the process is going on, the feedback as the end result is, hey, well done, this is fantastic, I really love the lines, you can use it for next step as well, but the blog provides us a different, that last point of feedback and celebration.
Yeah.
And we're back with the show that makes you think. Shut up, Amy! Hello. It's really nice to see you all in class. I can imagine you're all sitting there having the time of your life watching our clip. Yes, this is Sean. My name's Nadia. And we're here to talk to you about e-learning.
So we've already heard what Stephen had to say, and now we're going to put our own 2 cents in.
So we recognise that Raroa is a junior school, secondary school, intermediate school. But what we feel that a lot of the technology they use there is quite advanced and
could be implemented quite easily in secondary school, especially juniors.
Definitely, and I mean they do above and beyond what a lot of secondary schools do anyway. So we liked a lot of the things Stephen had to say. So Sean, do you want to talk first?
That'd be great. So I think that when I am a teacher, a real teacher, I will try to implement technology as much as possible, and I quite like the use of the blog that Stephen used and a lot of other teachers use in Raroa, how they set the students' homework and they put it on the blog, and then the students complete it, upload it to the blog, and then the parents and teachers can put their own feedback on it, and so that everybody is involved and making sure that the students are on task. And that would definitely work in a high school, in all subject areas, really.
I, having Stephen as my AT, I sort of experienced a lot of e-learning while I was in that classroom with them. All they do. I'm being a serious news reporter.
Okay, sorry.
So a thing that I found really good was the Google Docs. I'd never heard of that until I had been in Stephen's classroom. And so all the students have their own accounts, their own emails, and what they would do is, on a Google Doc, it's like a normal document except because it's online, you can have more than one person writing at the same time, and so they'll all be typing on different laptops in different groups, but they can observe what each other has written. So that's really good for things like English, when you're doing social studies things, anything where you're going out and you're in groups and you're sort of trying to collaborate and find information, and you're all putting it on the same.
And it's also really good for teachers to keep track of all the students using laptops and making sure that they're not messing around.
Good. A thing that I think would be quite good, especially for English and history and the BA side of things, is writing, is if you can show something like a game demo. So an introduction to a new game that's coming out, maybe Halo or something, I don't know what that is, I've just said it. I'm sure you do. And so you show like a video clip for the demo for the new game coming out, and they'll watch that and then get them to describe the scene. So describe what you saw, take something from that. And we did it when I was in the class, and we used, it was like an old medieval setting. and it was like a visual thing, and so they all wrote about it, put it up on the blog, and then they all commented on each other's, and it was really good stuff that was coming out. It was like the cracked pavement stuff.
Yeah.
So
and you could use that right up for years. Yeah. It doesn't have to be in juniors either.
Yeah, I mean with lower learners and like lower ability learners and stuff, when you're starting an easier level with them, you'd have something like maybe an iPad or just a computer screen really, and you bring a picture up like this. Yeah, and so say if this was Spider-Man, you bring it up and you say, okay, I'm going to show you a picture and I want you to just describe it, whatever you see, use the most descriptive words you can think of. Okay, I'm going to find a picture, go. And you bring something up that they're interested in, so Spider-Man, Batman, Barbie, I don't know, depending how old they are. Oh no, we're talking about,
Secondary.
okay, it's a bit young for them.
So maybe Justin Bieber.
Really?
Not anymore.
Kim Kardashian? Let's go with that. So this is Kim Kardashian. Describe her. She's wearing a beautiful necklace.
She's in disguise. She's called Boohoo.
And that, yeah. So just, you get them to really think about what descriptive words they're using. So imagery is really good, and you can get that on the internet. I mean,
I think you need to wrap it up, Nadia. You're talking for a bloody long time.
I know.
Okay, I'll start my part.
That's all from me now.
I'll do mine really brief, but trust me, I've done the research. I think it's good for teachers that may be technology phobic to start implementing.
Some of your tea.
Oh yeah. Oh yum. To start implementing some simple stuff into the classroom at first, as opposed to trying to do Google Docs or a blog that might be slightly confusing to someone who is not very good with technology really. So I think the best thing to do is maybe get the the projector down and show the students a really interesting website. So I found one that's on the BBC, which is a history website that goes through the timeline, and you select the date that you want to study and the topic, and then it comes up with all this information. And I think that'd be really good for secondary school students, because they'll be able to help them study for a test or just learn.
Yeah, so we think that e-learning is a very valuable asset in the classroom. Of course, there's some negative things. You'd have to really you have to really sort of make sure that there is the element of trust with your class, because I think a lot of, especially high school students, are kind of going to take advantage of it.
Which is a good thing with Google Docs, because you can keep tabs on those less trustworthy students.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want them going on like Google looking at TNA, ASEN, take 2. Okay.
We did not mention about motivation, engagement, behaviour, blah blah, all those things. All those things that our course is related to. So we just thought that we would talk about how technology can relate to that. So
Nadia, Sian's gonna do.
Take it away.
Okay, so we think that e-learning is very motivating for students because it's something they can relate to.
Because they're computers.
Because they're computers, yeah. And really that's what a lot of students do these days, is they go home and they're on the computer. So if you can try and bring that into the classroom, that's good. That's a good thing. And just,
it makes it more interesting.
Even simple things, just the fact that it's like animated, or it's colourful, or it's just not writing in your book. It's just something different.
It's not chalk and talk.
Chalk and talk, no.
Don't do that.
No. We're going to do a little skip for you. Okay, so this is a teacher coming into the classroom. Ready? Hey class, today
you probably won't be in the camera shot.
Today we're going to learn about, we're just gonna write things down.
Oh yay.
This is, hi class, today we're gonna do some, I'm not gonna say e-learning, we're going to learn about history, and we're gonna go on the BBC website and you're gonna play some history games.
Oh, that sounds so exciting. I can't wait to be behaved, engaged, motivated, and really academically successful.
The difference? I feel like we're taking the mick. We're not taking the mick, Sandy. We're trying to be very serious, but it's hard.
It's really hard for all of us involved, I think. I think I'm going to teach my students like this through video. I don't have to turn up. Score! They get to listen to my entertainingness. Score! They learn stuff.
I think
Score!
you do need to have a break.
Okay?
Amy is here.
Just
Just put your head in so she knows you're here.
Hello.
Good night.
Thanks.